going to start with a flag salute. And the face of the foothills, Kim.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and if I could ask Sylvie Sable to do the roll call.
Broadway.
Here.
Holmes. Howdeshelt.
Here.
Joyner.
Here. All right. Our first item is approval of the March 27th, 2024 minutes.
Move approval. Mouth is full, but second.
Do we need a roll call?
Do not need a roll.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? All right.
You want to go through the public participation?
I do want to go through, thank you very much. Let me provide the instructions on public participation. This meeting will be conducted as an in-person meeting at the locations noted above. This is the only location. A remote teleconference Zoom address is listed for the public's convenience, and in the event a board member requests remote participation due to cause or circumstances, Government Code 54953F. Please be advised that if a board member is not participating in the meeting remotely, remote participation for the members of the public is provided for convenience only, and in the event that the Zoom connection malfunctions for any reason, the Board of Directors reserves the right to conduct the meeting without remote access. By participating in this meeting, you acknowledge that you are being recorded. Agendas and supplemental materials and minutes of the Board of Directors are available on the internet at https://www.pctpa.net/SPRTA-meetings. Public records related to an agenda item that are distributed less than 72 hours before this meeting are available for public inspection normal business hours at the agency office located at 2260 Douglas Boulevard, Suite 130, Roseville, California, and will be made available to the public agency. If you would like remote access, you can do that. You have remote access through Zoom, or you can dial in using the phone at 1-669-900-6833. And the webinar ID is 922-1159-4768. Did I cover that?
What just happened to our 10-minute meeting? It got long.
Went to 12.
It got it hijacked by me. All right, agenda review. Our Executive Director, Matt Click.
Thank you, Chair. There has been a quick update. The PG&E quitclaim deed shown under consent had not been signed at the time the agenda went out, so it was recently signed. It's been provided to you. It's on the dais. It's a yellow sheet of paper. That is the only update to the agenda.
All right. Does that mean it stays on consent?
It does.
Okay, great. We'll go to agenda item E, AB 2449.
All members are present. No action required.
All right, we'll go to the agenda item F. Persons may address the board on items not on this agenda. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Well, I wanted to address the agenda review, but I'll ask this. Is the public able to address each of the agenda items, A through L, or not?
I will ask for council's advice on that.
Deanne Gillick, General Counsel. The Brown Act requires that you allow for public comment before taking any action on items. So therefore, the roll call and the procedural things do not require action of this board, and public comment is not necessary pursuant to the Brown Act. There's a general public comment for general items during the public comment item, and then before you take action on items, the Brown Act requires an opportunity for the public to comment just on those action items.
So agenda item D, which was agenda review, is not an action item.
It can be done at the direction of the, it depends. Agenda review is a procedural matter. It can be done at the direction of the commission. There are some circumstances that formal action on agenda review is taken because there may be, a debate and a determination by a public board on whether they want to hear something or reposition it.
Okay.
But normally speaking, it's a directive at the direction of the chair. So normally that would not require public comment.
All right. Mr. Garabedian, if you had wanted to comment on agenda review, we'll give you an extra 30 seconds under public comment on non-agenda items.
Well, thank you. The only comment I have for public comment is just to note that I'm the only member of the public here at this meeting. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your participation. All right, anything else? We'll go to agenda item G, consent calendar. These items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any board member, staff member, or interested citizen may request an item to be removed from the consent calendar for discussion. Does the board wish to have any item removed?
No.
Does the public wish to have any item removed? May I have a motion on the consent calendar?
Second.
All right, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. All right, agenda item H, public hearing, South Placer Regional Transportation and Air Quality Mitigation Fee Program Inflationary Adjustment 2024. Rick Carter. No, what? Who? Rick?
That's actually, Chair, that's going to be me.
That's why he looked over there and I was like,
Yes, that'll be me, Corey Peterson, Senior Planner.
thank you.
So I'm gonna present on this item. This is our yearly annual adjustment to the SPRTA Air Quality Mitigation Fee Program. We do this every year to adjust for the annual inflation. This is based off of the average of the Engineering News and Reviews construction cost indices we use the 20 cities and the San Francisco average. This year's percentage is 1.547%. It's less than 0.5% increase from last year. If you'll recall, this board approved a inflationary increase of about 11% 2 years ago, so we've significantly come down on the inflation since then, as inflation has cooled in the economy in general across the board. If approved, the fees will become effective on July 1st, 2024, and I also will note that we did notice the BIA official, and they had no comments or concerns about this inflationary increase. So again, this is just a summary of the construction costs index when comparing 2023 to 24. Again, it was about a 0.5% increase over last year, and we'll be looking at a 1.5% increase over our fees. Here's a summary of the changes in the fees. It ranges for the Tier 1 fees here on the top. It ranges from about $5 increase in Granite Bay up to $70 in Placer West. We're also including the Tier 2 fees. Just a reminder to this board, this isn't for informational only. This board does not approve the Tier 2 fees. These are done at the local level for individual development agreements, but we are providing the change in the fees as just as an informational item. Those changes range from $24 to $132. So with that, we're asking you to conduct a public hearing to consider the inflationary adjustments to the SPRTA fees and then adopt Resolution 2403 authorizing the increase. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Great, I think the first thing I should do is open the public hearing, right? All right.
Yes, sir.
I open the public hearing, okay? I'll ask the board if they have any questions about this item.
No question.
No questions, I'll ask the public if they have any questions.
Rex, seem to be a waiter, because you keep waiting until he takes a bite. So
I'm-
you can't
I'm-
say anything.
All right, if there's no public comment, then I'll entertain a motion. Do we have a motion? Right? We do.
I will make a motion to approve resolution number 24-05, adopting the inflationary adjustment for South Placer Regional Transportation and Air Quality Mitigation Fee Program.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? No. Okay. Item I, FY 2023-24 Administrative Budget Amendment, Item 1. Rick Carter.
Good morning, Board. Chair and Board, I do have this item. So
This is the 23-24 budget amendment number 1. As shown on the slide, we do show the changes between the earlier adopted budget. There's essentially 2 changes with this. Under the PCTPA administrative contract, there's an increase of about $49,000. When the budget was originally created, we had assumed that the fee update nexus study would have been completed in October. You're aware that was delayed until January, so there were additional staff resources, increase in staff time needed to do that work. In addition, there has been unanticipated kind of administrative work related to SPRTA coming out of that. We are in the process of amending the JPA agreement that came to this board last month, but it's going through the cities and counties for approval. We'll be coming back to the board with an update to the bylaws. There are a variety of programming changes that have been requested by the cities with SPRTA funds, and we're working on the fee credit reimbursements that are related to the adoption of the Nexus fee update. So that's the kind of the source of the $49,000 increase in the administrative contract. Then the other item there is $40,000 increase in the traffic fee, the modeling work. And the contract that we had for that work included a 10% retention on every invoice until the work was completed. And so the prior budget did not account for the work being completed and paying that retention amount. And so that was an oversight in the budget. So there's a $40,000 increase to pay the retention from the completion of the work from all the prior years. So that's the 2 changes. Overall, it's an increase of $89,000, and I'd be happy to answer any questions related to that.
Does the board have any questions on Mr. Carter's report?
No.
All right, I'll open this item for public comment. Any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll bring it back to the board for action, the action requested.
Move approval of the item.
We have a motion and a second to approve the action requested. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. All right, I think that brings us to the executive director's report. Let me see, I lost my place here. I'll come back to it. I'll get back there. Brings us to,
The executive director's report.
I think it brings us to the executive director's report, agenda item J.
Thank you, Chair. Just really quickly, I neglected in the Executive Director's Report update at PCTPA, and I apologize for that, to mention a couple of things. I did want to point out that May is Bike Month, and that's an important thing. And, you know, we coordinate with SACOG on a lot of bicycling activities, and Corey does that work for us, and also coordinates with, I think it's the Auburn Cycling, what's the official name of it? Corey, help us out.
It's the Auburn Trails Alliance.
Yeah, so Corey's been spearheading that for us and doing a lot of good work, and that's good too, because again, as we kick off our countywide active transportation planning, it's good to recognize that. And I also do want to recognize that from May 15th to the 21st is Public Works Week. So that's where we celebrate all of the fine engineers and public works professionals who sort of make everything happen. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much for that. You reminded me this Saturday, April 27th, Roseville will have its Bike Fest as part of, we start the May calendar a little bit earlier, so we're doing Bike Fest. I think it's our 15th annual Bike Fest. It's a great opportunity. Anyway, any board direction to staff? All right, with that, we are adjourned to our next regularly scheduled SPRTA board meeting on May 22nd, 2024. I guess, Mr. Garabedian.
Let's see, I don't think you mentioned item L, which I just have a question about. Is it possible to find out when those meetings take place and to observe the TAC meetings?
Yes, and maybe, I don't, let me ask staff, how that, is it?
Yeah, the technical advisory committees are agency meetings. They're not open to the public.
Right, okay.
Yep.
But,
Thanks for the
but
answer.
there are extensive minutes in the agenda packet on what was discussed.
Oh, you answered my question, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, with that, we will adjourn to the next regularly scheduled SPRTA board meeting, May 22nd, 2024. Whew.